Hey there, everyone. It's Mrs. D, and I'm here with a little video series about Nearpod. So, what is Nearpod? Now, I've been trying to put this video together for a little while, and when I did it earlier this week, I left out some important parts, and my video was 30 minutes long with parts left out. So what I've decided to do is do another little playlist series on Nearpod. So what is that going to include? That's going to include in this video an overview of what Nearpod is. How to use it in preview mode with Zoom is going to be the second video. The third video is going to be how to use the library. And the fourth video is going to be tips and tricks on learning using it for ESL. Really, the entire series is geared towards ESL use, but I have some specific tips for video 4. And then I'm also going to include some teaching clips from using Nearpod with my ESL students that you guys can check out as well. So make sure to check out all the videos, the ones that you're interested in, like, subscribe, hit notification button, all that good stuff. So Nearpod, what is Nearpod? Let's take a look at the site. Nearpod. And it's true, you'll wonder how you taught without it. I don't know if you saw that. I went rather quickly. But what Nearpod is it's really just a library, a huge library for teachers that is essentially put together for L1 speakers. So in countries that educate and speak English as their first language. And the Nearpod library includes lessons for all the standards for all the different states. So it's really, was put together for that purpose, but I have found it so invaluable to ESL teaching that I really have to tell you guys about it, especially with the events that are happening right now and everybody kind of going private or going on these platforms that are not offering pre-made curriculum. This will really help you in that aspect. And hopefully by the end of the series, you'll have a good grasp on how you use it. And then the more that you explore with it, the better you're going to get at using it. So it's a holistic learning experience for the students as well, and that's one of the things that I really like about it. So you're going to get in every lesson that you do speaking, listening, reading, writing, and there's also drawing activities for the younger ones. So they get everything that they need from these, and you can also assign homework and things like that. So we'll go over those things in the future videos as well. But what I did want to also talk about in this overview video is how much it costs, because everybody wants to know that, right? So for me personally, I'm not paying for a subscription at this point. The reason I'm not paying for a subscription is because I have the maternity leave, looming in front of me in a couple of months, and I don't know what teaching is going to look like when I come back. So I'm holding off on purchasing a subscription right now because it's a little bit expensive, and I don't want to purchase something that I'm not going to use for a stretch of months. Um, the the year account costs $159, but I do believe that it would be worth every penny of that because it will open up more space on your account. Right now, I have two accounts, two free accounts, because you only get 100 megabytes of space, so you can only save a handful of lessons and create a handful of things before you fill up that space. So I have two accounts right now that I'm kind of switching back and forth between. Um, I use one of them on Google Chrome, and the other one's open on Mozilla Firefox. So that's kind of how I work around that. But the free account, it's pretty good. It does allow you access to the entire library, and it does give you ability to save lessons and things like that and use a lot of stuff. So I'm okay with the free account now. Well, what's the difference when you buy the free account to the paid subscription? So I don't know all of the aspects of the paid subscription because I don't have a paid subscription, but I do know that with the paid subscription, you're able to insert Nearpod activities and lessons in a Google slide presentation that you might be creating. So that's a really great feature for people who like to use Google Slides. which is me, and one of the reasons why I'm kind of like, oh, I really wish I could put a Nearpod activity in here. But anyway, also the space I already told you on the free account, you have 1 megabyte of space, whereas on the paid account you have, I believe it's 1 terabyte. So you've got a lot of space on there. It takes a long time to fill those up, so you don't have to delete every week like I have to. And then there's access to the new drag and drop feature, which they've restricted for I know for sure they've restricted for the paid version. So I'm not really sure what other features are in the paid version versus the free version. Like I said, right now I'm using the free version, but that's going to be something up to you. But now at least you know how much it is, $159 a year. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. That's your introduction to Nearpod and what it is. Again, lessons, videos, activities designed for L1 English, but very useful for ESL. It goes from English language arts, math, science, social studies, technology. There's even English language learner activities in here. And it goes from kindergarten mostly to 8th grade. It does say high school and higher ed there, but there's not a whole lot there. So you can get quite a bit of use out of these lessons. So the next couple of videos, number 2 is going to be using this in the preview with Zoom and some tips with Zoom. Number 3 video is going to be using it from your library and assigning homework. And number 4 is going to be using it for ESL, specifically some tips about how to use that. So go ahead and check out number 2. See you there.